She looked me dead in the eye and said, "Just tweak the numbers, make it look better." In that moment, I realized she wanted me to lie, and I could either risk my career, or let her fall all on her own. What happened next? Let's just say she didn't see it coming. If you've ever had someone try to manipulate or undermine you, hit that subscribe button. Like this video, and watch closely, because this isn't just a story of revenge, it's a story of precision, patience, and poetic justice. And trust me, the ending is satisfying. I've always been meticulous about my work. Not because I'm a perfectionist, though I probably am, but because I value integrity above all else. I work at a mid-sized company where I'm responsible for preparing internal reports. These aren't the flashy reports your CEO tweets about. These are the lifeblood of our department, numbers that get analyzed, scrutinized, and eventually influence decisions that can make or break careers. A few weeks ago, my boss, someone who had been under increasing pressure from the higher-ups, approached me with a request that immediately set my gut on fire. It wasn't blunt or crude, she was careful, like a predator circling. "Could you adjust some of these numbers? Just a little. Make our department look stronger," she said. Her voice was calm, professional, but her eyes were sharp. They carried the weight of expectation, yes, but also the subtle threat that if I didn't comply, I'd be the problem. I froze for a second, trying to read her. Was this really an ethical gray area? Or was it a direct attempt to get me to fudge the data? My instincts screamed the latter. My pulse spiked, my palms got sweaty, and I felt that familiar knot of frustration, the one that builds when someone underestimates you, when someone tries to make you complicit in something you know is wrong. I knew that saying no outright could be risky. Office politics are cruel, a single misstep can ruin your career. Yet, I also knew that simply complying would be worse. Not just for me, but for everyone whose trust depended on accurate reporting. So I made a choice. I wasn't going to confront her aggressively. I wasn't going to play the martyr. I would outsmart her. Over the next few days, I threw myself into my work like never before. Every line of data, every calculation, I triple-checked it. I prepared the report exactly as it should be, no embellishments, no adjustments, just pure numbers. I documented every step meticulously, timestamping each version, and saving all related emails and communications. If she tried to manipulate the narrative, I would have proof. When the report was ready, I submitted it up the chain. My boss was CC'd, so she was fully aware of what was being sent. I didn't gloat. I didn't whisper any threats or drop hints. I simply did my job right. Now, the waiting began. Office politics often feel like walking through a minefield. Every passing day, my anxiety ticked up, my mind racing. Would she notice? Would she try to shift blame? Would someone upstairs believe her? And, predictably, the questions started coming. During a routine review meeting, an executive looked over the numbers with a frown. "These figures don't match what your department promised last week," he said, looking straight at her. My boss stiffened. You could see her calculating, scrambling for a story. "Well, I think there may have been a misunderstanding," she said, her voice a little higher than normal. "I meant for these numbers to be adjusted." Perhaps she misinterpreted my instructions? I sat silently, heart hammering, sipping my coffee like nothing had happened. Inside, though, a storm of satisfaction was brewing. Everything was documented. Emails, timestamps, the raw data, they all told the truth. She had no leg to stand on. Over the next few hours, the tension in the office was palpable. My boss tried to privately corner me, whispering threats, implying that my career would suffer. "You don't understand, this could get messy," she hissed. "I've been here longer, I know how things work." I looked her in the eye and smiled politely. "I understand perfectly," I said. "And that's why everything is in order. All emails, every calculation, they're all available. HR has copies too." She froze. I could see it, the panic settling in. She realized that her plan had unraveled, that she had walked right into a trap of her own making. Within a week, HR had everything they needed. The review process revealed the truth. I had done exactly what I was supposed to do, and the discrepancies were entirely on her. No one could argue against the evidence. Officially, she resigned. But everyone in the office knew what had really happened. She hadn't left voluntarily. She had tried to bend the truth to her advantage, and the truth had, quite literally, bent back on her. I remember sitting at my desk that morning after she left. A strange calm settled over me, a mixture of vindication, relief, and quiet pride. I hadn't raised my voice. I hadn't made a scene. I hadn't stooped to lies or petty retaliation. I had simply done my job right. That, in itself, had been enough. Looking back, it wasn't just about her downfall. It was about reclaiming my own power, showing that integrity matters, and that cunning and patience can be more satisfying than anger or confrontation. It was about the subtle, almost invisible victory, letting someone's own choices reveal them for who they truly are. The months that followed were different. My colleagues' respect for me grew, not because I bragged or made noise, but because they had seen, silently, that I was someone who could be trusted, someone who wouldn't be manipulated. And I realized something important: revenge doesn't always need to be loud or dramatic. Sometimes, the most devastating revenge is quiet, methodical, and utterly deserved. She never tried to manipulate anyone again, at least not openly. The rumor mill churned, of course. People whispered about how she'd left, how HR had stepped in. But I didn't gloat. The satisfaction came from the knowledge that I had protected myself, my team, and the integrity of the company without sacrificing my principles. There's a particular thrill in knowing you didn't need to fight fire with fire, that careful planning and restraint created the perfect outcome. The office, once a minefield of tension, felt lighter. I had survived, and justice had been served in the most elegant way possible. Sometimes, people underestimate you. Sometimes, they think they can corner you, manipulate you, or make you compromise your values. And sometimes, they're spectacularly wrong. The key isn't to react immediately or emotionally, it's to stay smart, stay patient, and let the truth do its work. What about you? Have you ever witnessed someone getting exactly what they deserved without lifting a finger yourself? Comment below, let's talk about those moments of quiet, satisfying justice. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you've ever enjoyed seeing truth triumph.